Welcome to the 21st episode of
Not sure what's going on, but it's happening.
I'm your host, Giovanna Tronconi.
And I'm your host, Callie Driscoll.
And today we are diving into all things communication. And I don't even know, speaking. Not speak.
Clearly off to a good start.
Yeah, great. Communication.
Yes. Okay. And then we've decided that we want to implement a new part to the podcast.
A new segment, if you will.
Sorry, my eye just went blurry.
Sorry, she's going through a lot right now. It's going to be called What's Happening. AKA What's Happening? Why is her eye going blurry? It's basically a segment of the week where every week we'll just share something where we're like, oh my gosh, what the heck is happening? I'm lost, I'm confused, or that's just shocking news. It can be from our life. It can be from just the world, social media if you want. Yeah. Just something where you're like, oh my gosh, what the heck is happening?
Just a little update.
Yeah.
Pull you guys in. You want to start? Or you want me to start?
Okay. I'll go first because I feel like I have a very chill one. But it's the Alex Cooper, Alex Earl drama. Because I have been a fan of Alex Earl since, the dawn of her being on social media, basically. And then Alex Cooper, I liked her for, literally 1 second. And then I was like, wait, I actually really hate her. She's, a mean girl. And I'm team Alex Earl. I before E. I just don't understand how people could be on Alex Cooper's side because she's the one starting everything and there's actually no reason. So that is my what's happening of the week because I'm actually so confused on why the drama started. There was no reason for Alex Cooper to start the drama. She just likes to cause problems and henceforth started this drama.
I'm lost.
She's like, what's happening?
Yeah, what's happening? Okay, so by the time you guys are seeing this, we've already had a podcast out, but obviously you guys have seen we missed a week of a podcast. Gigi filmed solo 1 week. So in that time that I was MIA, I'll just give a little explanation of, what was happening. So I went through a breakup and it was rough on me. So I needed some time to just, pull myself together. So I'm back now.
She's breathing.
I am breathing.
Yes.
I wake up every day with air in my lungs. So
yes. Up until today, every time I've asked her how it's going, she's just said she's breathing, so.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not dead, so that's good.
That is a positive.
Exactly. So we'll get into the topic. My eye is still blurry. What is going on? Okay. So responding. I think Gigi's responding to somebody right now.
I am.
Yes, right on topic. So we'll start with a responding time and then how we respond, what our communication style is. So I guess I'll start since you seem like you're busy.
I'm very locked in.
So my responding time varies a lot. It varies a lot. And this is one thing that's I don't mean it to be like this all the time. But there are
I'm gonna sit here.
I will say, I'm on my phone quite a bit, so if I'm not responding to you, it might be deliberate.
It might be she's ignoring you.
I could be ignoring you. I actually have a text that I got.
Don't you have an Apple Watch too?
No, it's not on my wrist right now. Okay, whatever. I don't always wear my Apple Watch though. And there will be times where this is why my response time can vary so much is, say we just ate dinner. Before dinner, maybe I'll plug my phone in because my phone has a horrible battery life.
My phone's been dying so quickly recently.
It's been bad, yeah. So I'll plug my phone in and then I'll get distracted in conversation or maybe we started watching a movie. So I won't be by my phone for 3 hours. Next thing I know, someone texted me right afterwards and I'm right after I left my phone and
yeah.
Oops. Also, I have a text that I didn't respond.
She's also a do not disturb warrior. Also,
this was sent to me at 8 a.m.
Okay,
I was in class and I saw it. And
that's awful responding time. Horrendous responding time. See, guys, I just got a text. I'm gonna respond to it right now.
Actually, your response time to me has not been great.
My response time has been so amazing recently. I've been on top of everything.
I don't think so.
I've been actually the most adult person. I was in an email conversation with somebody from a company, and we were emailing back and forth, and she was like, thank you so much for responding quickly, because nobody responds quickly. I'm just really good at responding.
Sure. Well, okay, sometimes I don't respond to people. I gotta actually deal with this text, because I just read it. Sometimes I don't respond to people because I see the text, and I think, okay, that needs some time for me to think of an answer or for me to maybe check my calendar or do something. So I'm thinking, okay, I need to remember that I have this text, and then I see it and then I start thinking, It's too daunting to deal with that. I don't know if that's like a sign of like ADHD or something, but like seeing the text, I see it and I'm too overwhelmed to respond, so I just have to leave it. But it's not good. It's not good. And I don't know. It's a problem. But I can respond really quickly.
Yeah, if we're like in a conversation. Like actively.
Most of the time I respond really quickly. Okay.
I don't want to be mean. It's not the quickest.
I feel okay. I'm just okay. With you, I feel like I respond a lot quicker than I do with most people. Recently, I have not. Mm-hmm. Recently has been a whole thing in and of itself. So you have to ignore this. Mm-hmm. This time is, it doesn't count.
Okay.
Before that, I really don't think I was leaving you on read or delivered for that long. If it's past 9 o'clock, mm-hmm. it's possible that I just didn't see your text. Mm-hmm. And then I don't always respond to text before 10 a.m. Just because I'll get distracted or
clock
something.
Into work.
Okay, so like there are times like that, but if it's during the middle of the day, usually if I see your text, I'm going to respond. Mm-hmm. This is a hot take, I think. I don't think some people think like this. But based on how close I am with you is how quickly I will respond to your text. That's like their priority mm-hmm. level. You, Lily, and my parents, and then I think maybe my grandma, mm-hmm. are the only people that I have. So I always have my phone in like a focus mode. Mm-hmm. So I only get certain notifications just because I hate the sound of my phone constantly buzzing.
Yeah.
So you are the only people that I will actually get the notification from. Mm-hmm. Besides that, you fall into the area where I have to manually check my phone to see the notification. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's just having priorities. I have
I do agree with having priority, like, of when you respond to people. I do agree with that.
I think there's some people that it's like, I'm not going to give my full self to you because you can't give that to everybody. Mm-hmm. And there's a certain group of people in my life that I've given that privilege to. Mm-hmm. But not everybody's in that zone, so I'll take maybe longer to respond to them. But it's not always intentional.
Yeah. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Because I will say with me, you're not the worst.
Yeah, I just think recently you have to really ignore that. Recently I have not.
Recently
I have not been responding to anybody just because, like I said, it's been so overwhelming. And that's just because I've had so much going on that the idea of responding to literally anybody has just been miserable. I'm like, I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to respond to any texts.
Are you depressed?
No, it's just like too much right now. Mm-hmm. It's just too much work. And I'm just like not in the mood. So I'm getting better. Maybe.
Mm-hmm. I feel like my communication's not bad. I've been very on top of communicating with people, texting people back, calling people back, this, that, the other thing. Because I feel like there's definitely has been times where I just kind of like ignore my entire messages app. But as of recent, I have been really, really good at responding to people at a regular time. And when I forget to respond to them, I actually feel bad that I didn't respond to them. Which I feel like is pretty good, because for a while I was like not okay with responding to people.
See, I personally don't feel that way about not responding to people. I think about it as, okay, maybe this is another hot take, but it's like, I'm not going to spend all my time responding to people. Mm-hmm. So this sounds, oh my gosh. Bear with me as I say this because I feel like it sounds like, in my head it's just not sounding great. But it's like prioritizing yourself because it's like, I do find it overwhelming to be responding to so many people every day. That's why I have my phone like that. Yeah. Because I'm like, I'm not going to devote every second of my life to checking my phone to see if someone texted me. Mm-hmm. So if I'm not responding to you, it's because I'm not glued to my phone to respond to you. Plus also, like, if you really need something from me, call me. I've got much better at responding to calls. Unless I'm genuinely in the middle of doing something like eating dinner, or if I'm in the middle of a conversation with someone, I will respond if you call me. So that's one thing I think I picked this up from my mom. My mom is like, if you text me, you're on my time. If you call me, then I know it's important.
See, how I think about it is I think some things aren't worthy of a call. Like, it could be a quick question you have for somebody. So it's not like you're going to go to call them about it. It's like you could easily just quickly text them it. But with that being said, I think I fully understand the people who it's like you have priority and like they're going to be the people to get a quick response. But then there's the people who I think deserve a response. And it's not because you're close to them or anything. It's because like they just need a response back. There are some things where I think it's less of like do I care about this person? Maybe not, but like because of the situation I'm in, whether it's like whatever situation they need a response back, I think it's like most people who I'm not close to aren't texting me random stuff that I could like I guess ignore. You know what I mean?
I don't know. The thing is I genuinely respond to like a ton of people in a day with texts. That's why I'm just not glued to my phone. I just like I don't know. I know I'm definitely guilty of leaving people undelivered for an unhealthy amount of time. And yeah, that's annoying. I've been left undelivered for like days and I've been really annoyed with somebody because I'm like, why are you not responding? I know you're on your phone. But at the same time, I also know that I'm guilty of it. And I don't think it's fair to expect someone to literally be at your beck and call at all times. And that's kind of what annoys me when people are like, oh, you left me undelivered for 8 hours. Okay, I have a life. I have stuff going on. And sometimes I find it like very overwhelming sometimes to have to respond to a certain text.
See, I think that's where we differ because I respond to a text and okay, I'm a proofreader of text and Callie has caught me on this where like I'll sit somewhere and like I'll type out a text and I'll read it like 5 times before I send it. Yeah. But I'm not talking about that. I find responding to text very chill and I think that might be where we differ. Because you're like, oh, like I have to really think through these texts, whereas me, I'm like, I'm texting somebody, it's quick.
Well, are you getting... I think
it's not like thought through.
It's the different content of text that we're getting. Okay, but if I'm getting like a super simple text from like maybe you're like, oh, what time should I come over? Yeah, that's like no big deal. I respond.
Yes.
But if it's something like, oh, are you free to do something sometime? Then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna leave that up because I'm not sure when I need. Like, I've got to go check my calendar, double check with my mom, make sure I'm free, all that type of stuff. But there's also texts that are like, they're deep and I need some time to sit with them before I can fully think, how am I going to respond to that? Like, what am I going to say and how am I going to say it in a way that doesn't come across as rude? Because there have been times where I've sent a text and it's come across as like really rude and I don't want it to be that way, so I have to make sure that I'm like sitting with it and thinking through it.
See, I'm more of like if I'm in a situation like that, send a text and then respond with, I really don't mean that for this to be rude. Like, I'm rereading this and it sounds rude. Like, I'll make it I'll be funny. I'll be like, oh, like, this sounds rude, but like, I promise you it's not. Like, didn't mean for it to come out like that. I'm just like quickly texting. Like, I send like a second text like that. I find texting very chill. I'm more of like, get it out of the way.
I really do think it is the difference in what we're texting about, though.
I don't think it is. I don't.
You have seen screenshots of texts that I've received.
Yes, and you're not actively dealing with any of that.
Okay, would you immediately read that text and be like, yeah, I'm going to respond to that right this second? I think no, you're going to be like, oh my goodness, I need a second.
No,
to,
I'd probably
process and deal with that.
I'd probably sit there, process it within like 2 minutes, notes app, text, copy paste, send.
Okay, but when this is like a frequent occurrence and you're having to constantly deal with text like this, plus deal with like the stress of your own life, it's just a lot.
I don't know. Maybe I think there's like bigger things to stress about in my life. So it's like texting something I can get it out of the way. Even if it's a big even if it's a deep thing, I'm like the fact that you are texting about it means that it is like bare minimum. Like not bare minimum, but it's like a quick thing I can handle.
I don't know. There are some things that I just feel like if it's a big paragraph text and it's something that's not just like, oh, I'm ranting to you about something and it just ended up being long. If it's something that's like long paragraph and is like important or deep, I just need you to know it's going to take me longer than usual to respond. Because I'm processing, thinking of what to say, and then actually formulating a response and responding to you. It's not because I'm ignoring you.
Yeah, I think I fully understand what you're saying. I just I think we both handle texting differently. Because you're like, I would deeply think through this, and I'm thinking you sent me a paragraph. The fact that you are texting me about this means that I'm going to quickly respond, and you're not going to get the most thought-through, devout answer because we're having this conversation via text.
Yeah, the thing is I know I can respond, like, extremely irrationally and emotionally if I respond like, immediately. Mm-hmm. If I see a text, I read it. And
I actually just get angrier the more time goes on, so I think I need to handle things right away, or I might be, like, blocking your number.
Yeah, I'm not like that. The more time goes on, the more I have time to, like, calm down and actually formulate a not, rant-induced response. Mm-hmm. So if I'm taking a while to respond to you, it's not because I hate you. Mm-hmm. It's because I'm processing, and it's actually out of, like, it's an act of love. Because I'm not responding to you with my, like, anger-induced response. Okay, you don't want that. You don't want that.
You don't want Callie, like, rage texting you all caps lock, like...
Yeah, you don't want that.
Yeah. So how is social media texting, like Snapchat, Instagram, versus, like, calling, texting, like... No, I was going to say down to earth. That's not the word. Old-fashioned. That's not even the right word. But I'm talking, like, the basics versus the more, like, social media.
I'm interested to hear your perspective on this. Just because I feel like you know it from a very friend side of things. I know it from, like... actually, like, talking stages.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But also friends.
Okay, so my opinion on this is that if it's someone who you are actually, like, a close friend with, or if it's a talking stage or something, that person deserves to have your phone number and text you via your phone number. But I like Snapchat. I love Snapchat for texting. If it's quick things, it feels very unserious. Like, I'm not... The amount of times I'm on Snapchat and I spell something wrong and I have to send another snap to, like... reply and be like, sorry, like, wrong spelling or word.
Yeah.
Autocorrect, because I'm very guilty of autocorrect, like, fully mixing up my words.
Autocorrect is it's so annoying.
I like Snapchat a lot, but I think there's a difference in someone just having communication via, like, Snapchat or Instagram DMs versus, like, having their number also. I think there's a really big difference there because I personally like Snapchat. I also love Snapchat because it's, like, a lot of the time you're communicating through pictures. So it's, like, you can kind of just keep up to date with them. I actually really like it if you're closer with somebody, but I think that person should also have your number. If you're in a talking stage and it's just like, oh, yeah, we just know each other on Snapchat, I'm like, no. Like, their texting is a little bit more serious and you should have that. But also Snapchat, just, I like it because it keeps you up to date with someone very, like, in the moment, up to date, especially if you truly know someone. If you're sending snaps of, like, the side of your head and the ceiling, it's like, that's very different than when you're sending someone, like, pictures of your face or what you're doing and there's text on the screen and you're, like, actually communicating through the snaps.
I think that the social media side of things is, okay, first of all, I don't have Snapchat, but, like, I know a bunch of people who have it, so, like, I've got general gist of it, whatever. But any time that I've started talking to someone, it usually ends up being through Instagram DMs, which is weird, but whatever.
It's because better than Zoom chat.
That is true. But yeah, so I think that's when it starts casual. You have, like, back and forth. There's no pressure. If you are DMing me on Instagram, that is so, like, I may take days to respond to you. And you have to be fine with that because...
Yeah, Instagram DMs, it's very chill. It's like...
So chill.
It's like, Instagram DMs is even less serious than, like, Snapchat is, because Snapchat, you at least went out of your way to add the person. Whereas Instagram, it's literally sliding up on someone's story.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Instagram DMs are... If you need to contact me quickly about something, like, super chill...
If you need to get my
Instagram
attention,
DMs.
You're texting me. Because I'm at least reading it, you know?
Yeah, like, I've got one friend who, we don't have each other's numbers. We are only friends on Instagram. It's so chill. He could say anything. And it's not even a second thought for how I'm going to respond.
Yeah,
it's
very much like, it doesn't matter, because it's like, if your main way of communication is simply through, especially Instagram DMs, it's like, this isn't anything serious on any level.
Yeah, and also, if you get left on red on Instagram DMs, it's like, who cares?
I have people on red all the time, because there's so many times where somebody says something and I'm like, this isn't like a conversation I'm carrying. Yeah. It's just like a little statement somebody had, and I'm like, I'm not responding.
If you're just done with the conversation, you just stop. Over text, that's rude. Over Instagram DMs, whatever.
It's like, yeah, it was just naturally done.
Yeah. So then when it switches over to texting/calling, so I have never asked, okay, that's not true, a friend, but no, like, guys. If a guy wants my number and they've started by DMing me on Instagram, I will not give them my number unless they go out of my way to ask. I'm not giving it to them.
Yeah, I'm not going to be like, hey, here's my number. I'm going to be like, they could ask for it more, or it could, like, naturally come up more.
Yeah. One time I had a guy ask me, he's like, so, like, how do you talk to people out, like, do you talk to people outside of Instagram? Like, how do you communicate with people? I said, what are you talking about? He just wanted to ask for my number.
Who was this?
I said, what are you talking about? And I think he was trying to be, like, nonchalant and sly, and I said, boy.
Nonchalant, you're on a phone. You have a phone number.
I said,
oh my gosh.
What is this behavior?
Run for the hills.
I was like, yeah, I, like, text people. He's like, oh, could I, like, have your number? Guess. But that's just because he was, like, a coworker, whatever.
Yeah.
I've had people ask me for my number in a work app. Hey, can I have your number? Someone with an Android once asked me, he was on vacation, said, can you send me a FaceTime link so I can FaceTime you? He was on a hike showing me the mountains. That was so bad. Afterwards he texted me, he's like, I'm sorry, that was really weird. I was like, that was weird. I don't think we talked again after that because it was so bad. But either way, once it gets to texting, it's more serious. But there's also, like, unless, I don't know, I have, like, a period of time where if I'm texting you, I'm not really going out of my way to have, like, deep conversations or talk all the time with you. It's still chill. Mm-hmm. But once calling is involved, it's like, okay, this is serious. Mm-hmm. Because you really only call your close circle.
Oh, yeah, I'm not calling anybody who I'm not close with. Like,
really only my close friends and family are the people that I call. And I used to literally hate calling so much. Now I'm like, it's so efficient. Mm-hmm. But I also love FaceTiming, but then it ends up taking so long that it's like, okay.
FaceTiming is, like, you're, like, gluing yourself to the phone.
Like,
it's like, if you click FaceTime, you're going to be here for hours, actually.
Yeah. I think we've got a little bit better about that.
We have. Like, yesterday we FaceTimed for, like, what, 4 minutes or something?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a random number, but, like, it was a short call, and I was like, we did that.
Yeah.
We didn't dilly-dally or
exactly
whatever it is.
Straight to the point. Okay, so this one is going off communication, because obviously that's the topic.
That is the topic, yes.
But avoiding a conversation versus coming out and saying it, how do we go about these things?
But it's kind of just like the thing of, like, saying things straight up, or I can't put glasses on my face. Saying things straight up, or, like, beating around the bush, like, really trying to avoid something. I will always be someone who is like, let's just clear the air and move on with our lives, whether it's, like, in a positive or negative way. I can't stand when people, like, try and not bring things up and, like, try and avoid things. I'm like, just say it, because it's like, what, like, I don't want to find out later on that you had something to say, but, like, you didn't want to say it, or, like, something that I don't know how to, like, I don't want, or, like, you had, like, a thought or, like, a opinion or something, and it's like you were, like, you just, like, weren't gonna say it, or, like, something was bothering you and you, like, won't say it, and you're just gonna, like, wait to say it, or, like, say it behind my back or something. I'm just like, say whatever it is straight up. I'd rather know in the moment than have to be like, oh, like, I didn't know this was happening, or didn't know this was a feeling, opinion, thought.
So yeah, that's something that I've had to get good at doing, is having the hard conversation. And I will not put it off in a way, like, I will want to avoid it, and maybe it'll take me a day or two to get to it. But when I know something is important, I am like, okay, I've got to deal with this, so I have to, like, really lock in and commit, do it. Having the hard conversation is horrible. It's awful. I hate it so much, but that's one thing that I've found like, personally, I think the best way to go about it is, I know some people are like, oh, I'm just going to text them, I'm just going to call them, I'm just going to just do this the easy way. I personally find it, like, almost rude to be like, okay, I have this serious conversation I want to have with you, and I'm just going to text you about it. Mm-hmm.
But I think there's a balance there where it's like, you can't be like, oh, I'm just going to text you. It depends on the situation. But, like, oh, I'm just going to text you or call you about it. But then there's other things of, like, say you can't actually see the person and talk to them in real life for an extended period of time. Sometimes I think you just have to say something over text or something, just so it shows that you actually cared. Because if you're going to carry something with you, to then be like, oh, I won't see you for weeks, and then you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think there's a balance there.
Yeah. There definitely is a balance, but I think it's one thing where I prefer to deal with my problems in person, just because I know if I had someone who had a problem with me, I wouldn't want them to just be like, hey, this is how I've been feeling, and just text me. Sit me down and actually talk to me, because I feel like that shows how much you care. I feel like that just sort of shows, like, this is serious, and I want to make things right. So that's just at least how I like to go about it. I know some people, like, the idea of talking to someone face to face is terrifying. But I don't know. I think if it's something that I have to just come out and say, a conversation I just need to have, I'm much better when it's face to face, just because I'm like, now is the time. I feel like if you're texting, you can beat around the bush. Even if you're calling, you can beat around the bush. When you're face to face, you just have to go for it. If you can't see someone for a while, but you do know that I know because this personally did happen to me, but it was one thing where I knew I needed to talk to the person face to face, but also it was going to be a hot minute until I could see them. So I messaged that person and told them, like, this is how I'm feeling. I still want to talk about it in person, but I don't want you to just be sitting there wondering, like, oh, what's going on? Like,
So it's kind of like keeping them updated. Be like, hey, there is something. Here's, like, a brief idea of it, but, like, this needs to happen in person, but I also don't want to leave you hanging until I can see you. See, like, I think that's, like, really important, is to at least be like, I'm not avoiding this. I'm just saying, like, it's a better in-person conversation. Here's a brief idea, though.
Because I think you have to be clear that this is what you want to talk about, and you don't have to go into all the details, but it also can't be so vague that the person's still sitting there like, well,
like, what the heck is going on?
Like, what's that even about?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's one of the best ways to handle it, is let them know how you're feeling and what you need to talk about. But then if you're someone who likes to handle it in person, just say, I don't want this to just be a back and forth message.
Yeah.
I want to sit down and actually talk with you. But I just want to make sure you know that we're both...
Yeah, just keeping them in
clear.
the loop that stuff's happening.
Yeah, healthy communication is very good. If you have problems with someone, which this bothers me, if you have problems with somebody, don't just, like, pretend like they're not there, and then when something comes up, you suddenly are... If you start having problems with that person, and then you go to them to talk, and then they start bringing problems to you, saying, like, oh yeah, this has been bothering me, but they weren't going to say anything, don't do that. I'm talking from experience. Please don't do that.
Yeah, but I think that goes back to just bringing it up. It's like, you should bring the stuff up, the other person should bring the stuff up.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be like a one person bring something up. Because I think a lot of things also, it's if you don't bring it up now, it's going to build up. To where, like, now, say someone's not responding. Say this is the problem because we're on communication. Say someone's not responding, rather than ignoring it, and when then they say, you did this, and then you be like, oh, like, you didn't respond, though. It could just be a casual, like, hey, like, you're really bad at responding or something, rather than it being this, like, nobody says anything, and then suddenly it's this big, you did this, you did this, you did this, and it's like, but it could have been a super casual, even text most of the time.
Oh, yeah.
To, like, kind of fix something, because a lot of things aren't serious, and then they build up. And stuff like that.
Yeah, that's one thing that I know. It's like, okay.
See, and this actually was perfect for our next topic, which is being honest versus people pleasing.
Yeah.
Like, really just, like, not saying it to just be, like, nicer in one moment.
Yeah. Like, I know, obviously we've talked about this, I can be a poor responder. But if that's really bothering you, come out and say it. I will work on it if I know that that's bothering you. If that's one thing that you're like, okay, whatever, like, I know I'm texting Callie, she'll get back to me within, like, 12 to 24 hours. You know, it's usually sooner than that. That's
a slow response time.
It is.
Being like, yeah, 12 to 24 hours until you can hear from me.
But if you call me, like, I'm saying if it's super urgent, call me. But either way, it's like, sometimes I just take a really long time to respond. But if I know that that's something that's bothering you, I will work on it. I can't solve a problem if I don't know it's a problem.
Yeah, I feel like that really is, like, you just have to be honest with somebody. Because the more you try and, like, say it's, like, you're friends with somebody. We'll just keep using texting and, like, not responding. Because it's a very simple thing to explain.
Yeah.
But, like, say they're not responding. If you don't say that and you're just like, oh yeah, like I don't mind that you don't respond, and you just keep moving on with life, you're like people pleasing to the max, you're like, I have no problems with this person just to preserve a friendship, that's like not a friendship at all.
Oh no. No, if you have a problem, come out and say it. I don't care how awkward things get. I would rather talk through something with you than, you know, sit there and think that you are completely fine with something that's actually bothering you.
Yeah, it's like there's going to be no friendship, no relationship, no nothing built if you're not saying the truth.
Yeah.
Because it's also then when you're talking to those people, it's not like... Sorry, the mic is on the couch. When you're talking to those people, it's not like you can fully be you. It's not like you can just, like, talk about anything going on because it's like you can't say this or you can't say that. It's like you should just be able to, like, say... Like, there are some situations in which you're not going to, like... I don't know. But, like, for the most part, if you're best friends with somebody in this situation... You should be able to say anything, and it shouldn't be like, oh, like, I can't say that. It should be like, oh, I have to avoid this because of this. It should just be like, you can say it, you're friends with that person. Even if you have differing beliefs or interests on things, it's like you can still say something.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be like, it shouldn't be you saying that ruins the friendship.
Yeah. Just be honest. Like, that's how any healthy relationship works. Friendship, relationship, whatever. Like, if you can't come to that person and tell them what's on your mind, or they're not doing that to you, you can't expect things to work out, because if one person has problems, and then all of a sudden one day it blows up, and all the problems surface, and you're like, whoa, I didn't know you felt this way. I've even dealt with this, like, with my sister. It feels so weird calling her my sister like
With
that.
my sister?
My sister.
Oh, I say my sister all the time because I tell my mom, I go, that daughter of yours, or something like that.
But it felt weird saying it to you. Like, my sister. But I was doing it for the sake of the podcast.
Now you're... Okay.
Whatever.
Clara.
Yeah, but I've dealt with it with her because she can be the type of person where she has a harder time saying what's bothering her. And I'm the type of person where if something's bothering me, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to, like...
Sit you down for an intervention.
I have done that. So, yeah. If that's any example of how, you know, confrontational I can be when something's bothering me, I will sit you down and have an intervention. Sure, I'll feel stupid doing it, but does it help?
Google Docs.
You know,
basically presentations.
That was a rough moment. That was, that should have been handled differently. But either way, you know, we got to the bottom of things. Things are...
And guess what? Callie has a phone now, so all is good in the world.
Yeah, it's, y'all, life is... What is life? What is life these days? But either way, if you have a problem, just talk about it. Just talk about it. Just be honest. Don't pretend like something's not bothering you. Because that is that's such a pet peeve of mine. I hate when people do that.
Yeah, I feel like we've covered just about everything, and this just is building my ego. I'm a really good advice giver, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what you want me to say.
I don't even know what to say. So
Good job, Gigi.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, that was today's episode. Come back next Friday at 8 a.m. both on Spotify and on YouTube for another episode of Not Sure What's Going On, but it's happening.
See you next week.
Oh wait, we fully skipped over the fact that we were at 20. Like, 20.
I mean, that thought crossed my mind for like a hot second, and then I moved on.
Oh my god, guys, 21.
21.
Take a drink. I don't know. I lost track of time and calendars, guys. So bye, because I don't know what's happening. Like, it's a common theme here.
Yeah.